Good Friday, everyone. Welcome to Garden State Weather Premium on YouTube, Garden State Weather Forecast, and Garden State Weather on Facebook, and occasionally when I'm available, Garden State WX on Twitter. Been kind of sick the last couple of days, but slowly improving. It's got to be sinuses and cold and the sprouting of the buds at this time of the year. We're looking at the water vapor channel here, overlaid with the 500 millibar vorticity maximums and the Doppler radar here for this afternoon. See that front that passed through with anywhere from a half of an inch to an inch and a half of rain across the area, especially on Long Island and coastal New Jersey over the last 48 hours or so. That's now exiting. And we have a west to southwest flow aloft, a couple of Fort Maxes here getting off the New England coast. And here comes the next batch of clouds coming in from the Ohio Valley here. And this is associated with a warm front now and a cold front too as well. And this is a precipitation coming down the east side here into the upper UP of Michigan, and another batch coming in from off of the Great Lakes into the Ohio River Valley area. There's still a couple of vortexes here in this open trough across the southeast, which is going to make for drier conditions coming in during the next 24 hours or so, but then more wet weather coming in thereafter. Ridge axis across Montana, perfect solution here, and just lots of polar westerly short waves in the massive flow here across the upper Midwest into the mid-Atlantic and East Coast states over the next couple of days into the weekend. See this nicely on Doppler here, all the rain showers off the eastern United States coast, and the winds are out of the west-southwest, warming us up nicely into the 50s and lower 60s today. Winds are not bad either. High pressure is basically in control. Now, back here off the Great Lakes, we have a couple of rain showers here from Fort Wayne, Indiana, up to Toledo, up to Cleveland and Lake Erie here. A few of these are even mixed in with some snow. This is the leading edge of the warm front, and then a cold front to follow here with our low over Winnipeg and south and the Dakotas here. This is causing some light snow here from Milwaukee or just near Milwaukee in Wisconsin all the way up into the UP of Michigan. I'll probably take a look at the precipitation here from Rutgers. Total today, obviously, this is going to show up as none. Very little here this morning as that band of rain came across last night and early this morning. But if we looked back at the 24-hour period, I'm sure we can, or 48-hour period, we'll definitely find higher amounts for sure. And here on the coastal waters of New Jersey, we have small current advisories until 6 o'clock this evening. And that's for winds out of the west at about 15 to 20 knots, gust up to 25 knots, and seas 5 to 8 feet. And that extends all the way down here into the Delmarva as well. Here in New York coastal waters and up to Connecticut and Providence along Rhode Island here, we again have additional small craft advisories, and these are in effect until 6 a.m. on Saturday for winds out of the west at about 10 to 15 knots, gusts up to 25 knots, and seas 4 to 7 feet. I want to take that layer off, and we want to look at the observations, and we probably just want to look at a couple of things here. We'll do temperatures in a minute. Let's do 24-hour. Let's do 36-hour precipitation here across the region. And let's do ×3 here for the station plots as they're coming up. And as you can see, we'll hone in on this a little bit. As you can see, we've got amounts anywhere from a half of an inch to an inch and a half, and in some spots better than 2 inches of rain here in central in eastern Long Island as well. It's now partly sunny looking out the window here at the Weather Center in West Orange. It's about 43 degrees here, 56 already in New Brunswick at the Weather Center here at Rutgers University. The wind out of the southwest at about 5 to 10 miles an hour. Pretty nice late morning here as we head into the 25th of March 2022. Lots of things going on, of course. High Point now at 50, Hackettstown at 50, Wantage 49, Vernon Township 47. It's 58 in Sicklerville, Mansfield, Red Lion, 57 in Lower Alloways Creek, and Pennsauken, New Jersey. Other temperatures around the region this late morning, early afternoon are generally running anywhere from the low to the mid 50s across the area. Today's minimum temperatures really didn't bottom out too much, but they were chilly, still in the upper 30s here. We had some sleet the other morning, or some freezing rain here in this area here in the Poconos up to upstate New York. But that's all gone now. And the minimum temperatures this morning in the 30s up north to the low and mid 40s to the south. And the visible satellite imagery is now showing that the clouds are beginning to fill in. This is what the cloud cover looks like along the immediate shore points here. And let's see if we can dial this into Asbury Park here for the beach cam. Let's see if we can do this. Let's see what happens here. Here's the latest surf cam here, and it's a partly sunny sky. There are some people out there on the beach, walking around out here out on the dunes, or maybe that's just the birds actually. Yeah, no, actually no, it's some surfers, believe it or not. And it's good swells working out here with those small craft advisories. And the beach cam, well, it's lots of clouds around the area, but it's not being completely obscured. There's sunshine mixing in, and a few people walking on the beach and along the boardwalk as well. Just a minute or two ago, we have alto cumulus sky here, right over Midtown Manhattan. This is the site from Hyatt Regency in Jersey City, with this webcam looking over the harbor here into New York City on EarthCam, the World Trade Center right here, and the New York City skyline right here. And it's a beautiful day with a couple of ferry boats coming out over the waters here this morning, and a stream of alto cumulus and some cirrus clouds too. These look like alto cumulus clouds to me. Let's do the leaf index maps and the national first bloom index maps here. Let's see. These are the current ones or not. We'll take a look at this. Yeah, from this morning. This is the National Phenology Network here, the USA National Phenology Network, providing us with the spring leaf index forecast on March 25th. And, well, we see the leaves are beginning to accelerate now through Washington, D.C., into Baltimore and in New Jersey, and down through Pennsylvania, and this is all expanding now. It's still on the light side, and probably is going to get darker color in here near the oranges later as we head into the rest of April. Let's see now the spring bloom index forecast. That's behind, so the leaf index is rising above the bloom index here. So first comes the leaves, then comes the bloom, I suppose, and as of this morning, it's still down here through the Carolinas into Atlanta. That's following, though, and so are the allergies, believe me. We're going to have record heat across the desert southwest here. We'll take a look at that in a moment. But right now, there are, as of 15Z this morning on March 25th nationally, there are no records at this time. But that's probably likely going to change as we head into the afternoon. Okay, let's go back to today. We're finding here in the desert southwest a couple of areas here in California, southern Nevada, New Mexico here. Could be record tying or record high maximum temperatures for today. Nationally, the same thing expands a little bit further east as we head into Saturday and into portions of Texas. Nice and cool here over the northeast with no records here. Record minimums this weekend coming up here in New England and possibly the Mid-Atlantic as well. And that heat just expands on Sunday with a few more records here across the desert southwest and the southern plains. As we head into Monday, that heat expansion now begins to cool down across the Intermountain West and the West Coast, and all that heat now moving from the heat ridge here into the southern, central, and southern plains. And record low maximum numbers here in the northeast could be broken here at a few spots in the New Jersey, New York City metropolitan area. We'll get into this local area in just a moment. And then a few heat records again in the southeast here during the day on Tuesday. A few minimum low temperature records here. Sorry for some of the earlier background noise. We have landscapers here in the garden here. Okay, for the New Jersey, northern New England area here, potential low temperature records are going to be set in a few spots here or challenged around Philadelphia and upstate New York and northern New England as we head into Monday morning. Same thing here on Tuesday morning, and a few of these spots could really chill down. It's really going to give you a chill. Now, these are the record low temperatures. This is not the wind chill, okay? We discussed that a little bit later. And then eventually we start warming up by the midweek period, but still, yeah, it's quite chilly here for the first part of next week. Northeastern areas here, the northern mid-Atlantic areas, high temperatures today in the upper 50s to lower 60s, which they're approaching now. A little cooler as the short wave comes through tomorrow. Again, 50s across the region. It's not bad. Upper 40s to around 50, upper 30s to the north and west, and here comes the cold air. That is bleeding in on Monday with temperatures actually feeling like they're only in the 20s to low 30s across the area, low and mid 30s. It's going to really feel chilly around here on Monday too with the brisk wind. Temperatures rebound back into the 40s again on Tuesday, still in the 30s in northern New England, upstate New York, and Maine, and finally getting back into the 40s, 30s, and 40s and 50s here as we head into Wednesday of next week, and then really warm up here. Now look at this. Very chilly air here up in Maine. Northern New England still hanging on here. And then temperatures rebounding into the 60s, possibly the lower 70s in the I-95 corridor here as we head into next Thursday. Yep, that's spring. And the real field temperatures here above normal today. They will feel just at or above normal levels for tomorrow, excepting Pennsylvania, where the cool shot is really coming in, and especially all the way back into Ohio and Indiana and Washington, Virginia here, and Maryland, well, not Maryland, West Virginia and Virginia proper here. And then that cold air just bleeds in. We're talking about 6, 7, 8, 11 degrees below normal here, back towards the Great Lakes, 15, 20 degrees below normal as we head into Sunday. And that cold air really reaches the New Jersey, New York City metropolitan area, some 17 to 20 degrees below normal here across the Hudson River Valley into New Jersey, into the Delmarva. It's really going to be a rude awakening on Monday for most people as winter is lingering. Not a lot of precipitation, but definitely cold air. Okay. We still below normal on Tuesday, below normal again on Wednesday, but look at this warm up starting now across the Ohio and Tennessee River Valley area, and that will eventually bleed into, on Thursday, all of the northern mid-Atlantic and northern New England as well. So below to above. That's spring. Wind chill, apparent temperature, real feel here off the European model guidance from the New Jersey, New York, Philadelphia metro area. This is where it's really going to start chilling down into the upper 20s to low 30s and lower 40s in the New York metropolitan area down to Philadelphia and I-95 on Sunday, but that's all going to change, and then it really just chills down here. Monday, around midnight here, it's going to feel like 8 to 18 degrees across the area, so quite chilly. It's even going to feel chillier as we head into the morning hours around dawn. Below zero here in the Poconos and 7 to 12 degrees. That's what it's going to feel like on Monday. And then throughout Monday afternoon, it's going to feel like it's in the teens and low 20s here across the metropolitan area in the low and mid 20s. This is below normal for this time of the year. And Monday night too, again, that chill comes in as we head into Tuesday morning, 4, 5, 8 degrees below normal, 10 degrees below normal, or 10 degrees is what it's going to feel like in the wind chill factor here. And then we start warming it up again as we head into the middle part of next week. As we get into Thursday, we don't have any wind chill. We have actual temperatures, apparent temperatures that are going to feel like they're 70 in the urban areas here, cooler along the ocean front waters of southern Long Island and the New Jersey coast, but interior locations in the 60s to low 70s. So this is going to be quite a whiplash. If you're not feeling a whiplash now, you will. We'll zoom in on the northeast 1 kilometer reflectivity here off the NAM model guidance from this morning on Friday, and got a couple of things I want to talk about. Okay, here comes the next shortwave into the area tomorrow morning. So, it's a mixture of cloud and sun across the area. Not a lot of precipitation reaching the ground, okay? But as we head into the day or the morning hours on Saturday, from west to east, we could have a few rain and snow showers here, okay? And we'll zoom in here for a second. The profile really doesn't show much, but it does show that the dew point is rather dry and the air temperature is rather dry too. So probably not a lot of this reaching the ground. But going back here, that being said, during the afternoon hours with destabilization and the cold air coming in with, 528, 522 thicknesses here around the region, you can definitely see a few of these showers here that are showing up. And let's dial that back to here for a second here. Some of these could have graupel in them, okay? And that is because the air temperature is warm in the 40s, but the dew point is 38. And again, some of this may probably not reach the ground either, and we're not looking at a lot of precipitation, but do be aware that there could be a few showers and even some graupel around the region and some of these discrete cells that drop in here during the afternoon on Saturday. And the cold air just begins to filter back in, okay, with weak high pressure. And then as we get into the day on Sunday, here comes the next short wave of cold air. Pretty dry though, okay, but still as an indication here that cold air is on the way. Look at these thicknesses at 516 and 500 millibars here. So 1,000 to 500 millibar thicknesses here. So this cold air coming in. And if we looked at the air temperatures for this time period, let's get into Saturday afternoon. All right, right around 15Z in the morning. Temperatures are in the 40s, but they're back in the 30s. Here comes the chillier air into the area during the afternoon hours. And again, some of the destabilization in the atmosphere could cause some of that graupel in the sky or, to super evaporate and then just cool the atmosphere down before it reaches the ground. As far as precipitation goes, total QPF during the period from now through Sunday, not looking at a lot. There could be a swath of very little here. We'll take a look at this in the soundings here. Look at the dry air coming in versus the air temperature here. So, again, any kind of precipitation here that comes in during the day on Monday, if anything came in, and we're not showing that in Doppler, but we're not looking at a lot of precipitation here either throughout this entire forecast period. NAM simulated IR satellite imagery forecast going forward. Here comes the clouds for tomorrow morning, but this is what sticks out to me in the afternoon. As we get into the afternoon hours, that cumulus cloud buildup here is reaching negative 40 negative 30, negative 40 degrees Fahrenheit. And if we took a look at a sounding here, we could probably dial this up. Let's take a look. So upper air is dry, surface temperature is dry, not precipitation that we're forecasting, but we're definitely looking at definitely some very chilly air here in some of that cloud top. So do be aware that that's going to cool the atmosphere down as we head into Saturday afternoon and Saturday evening ahead of the next short wave that comes in on Sunday. And this one looks like a warming trend here as we head into Sunday. But so we're going to be in and out of clouds here, okay? But there will be a cumulus buildup tomorrow. Expect that, especially during the late morning and early afternoon hours. First with the alto cumulus clouds and then clearing and then a cooling atmosphere from aloft with steep level lapse rates. We could probably check the lapse rates in a second. And that's going to denote the change here